list to the provincial legislature and National Council of Provinces, while all the other alliance partners were included except Sanco. Ab initio, it must be stated that the offer forms, but all of them fell on deaf ears. In the manner in which in a manner that involves President Zuma and MK party. The ANC KZN, through the office of its provincial secretary, issued an invitation to the alliance partners as follows. On Saturday evening of 16 December 2023, that they are invited to the ANC extended PEC meeting, which was scheduled to take place on 18 December 2023 at 10 a.m. And there was no agenda, no purpose of the meeting on the meeting invite. The next day, which is the Sunday of 17 December 2023, the ANC KZN then issued an alliance media briefing. An alliance meeting, a dissenting voice. The ANC had bred political demagogues out of these two leaders. They attacked Sanco like there was no tomorrow. Of course, they abused the platform of a home ground advantage, as it's transpired that we were in a lion's den. These two leaders lacked the traits of a leader as defined in the Through the Eye of the Needle document of the. We have a number of suggested solutions that we have put forward, which is always attacking people with dissenting voice. The KZN province seems to be losing a lot of ANC members and supporters, including the likes of Comrade Makasela Mzobe, Linda Spear, and more. Instead of researching, understanding the cause, and coming with a plan to address the cause, all we are getting is Comrade Mtolo attacking those who are living on TV and social media, etc. KZN is bleeding and is about to bleed more if we do not have a plan and implement it. 2, the reality is the MK soldiers who are joining the MK party are suffering. They were promised houses, education for their kids who are now being chased away from schools. They lack clothes for the benefit of all, not just for the leadership of the ANC only. The ANC must engage MK soldiers who have left and the ones still remaining and fulfill their promises. What type of a country are we which allows its military trained people to go hungry like this? These are ANC comrades. We must claim them back from this MK party. Instead of characterizing them with all self-centered objectives because we are protecting our own comfort zones as leadership. Politics is a game of numbers. The ANC KZN must not forget that politics is a game of numbers. If one person leaves the ANC, we all suffer. Number 3, instead of spending time at activity and tools of analysis. 5, Sanco KZN has got plans to mobilize its members, abahlali in general, and other progressive forces throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal to march and protest for the removal of Comrade Zuma and Comrade Mtolo from the ANC provincial office if they are not prepared to improve their attitudes. Because Sanco cannot imagine a KZN led by the IFP or any other coalition which will reverse all the gains of the past that the ANC government has delivered, which these two already found in the office. This time around, the leadership of the ANC KZN, but not in a platform where the ANC will have 70 PEC members and only have 5 Sanco officials, which is what we call an ambush by the ANC. ANC officials with Sanco officials or PEC members of both sides will do. Hopefully at that time we will have a mutual respect for each alliance partner. Lastly, we still call upon the ANC Luthuli House to take over the running and management of the 2024 elections program, because clearly it seems as if the load is bigger than what the provincial leadership can handle. Or, at the very least, the Luthuli House must provide close supervision to KZN province, because this is business unusual. So we don't want to complain.
Or even make some comments and contribute to this session. So I'd like to see some hands for all those who would like to perhaps ask some questions, so that we have a proper round of hands, and then you'll be assisted where we can be able to assist. We'll start this side, and I think the first thing you'll do is just introduce yourself, your media house, and then you can be able to ask a question. Let's start this side. I think you'll follow on this side. Would you like a mic? Maybe another? Okay.
My first question is with regards to the former president, who's the provincial chairperson of Sanco. Don't you then think it contradicts the Civic organization, the fact that its provincial chairperson will be taking a different stance leading to the upcoming polls, while Sanco takes the other? And then the second question is that, do you feel...
Question raised by Ubabu Mabaso. No, there isn't much controversy around this whole issue wherein the chairperson starts, or rather decides to go and support another party. Why I'm saying there's no contrary to that is that we are guided by constitutions here. We cannot jump into the fact that because Msholozi has started a party, therefore Sanco, we need to also simkoshe. No, we can't work like that. We are guided by constitutions. I think Unopala was able to reflect on a clause in the constitution that indicates that everybody is allowed to be a member of Sanco. You see, now it's wrong. Then we'll charge him definitely. But so far, there is no any constitutional breach that he has done. I think that covers almost all what you had raised. I think maybe comrades can add on that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I again. I try the best solution is.
Greetings to everyone. Thanks, Comrade Nopala, for the statement. Colleagues or comrades, let me remind you, bazo vote against ANC. We know our enemies. We know abantu abenza i-working class, i-staff, ama-members, a community, a colleagues. Abantu abanyama, they are poor. And bonke sibafuna bejoyine uSanco so that isolwela amalungelo abo. Let me stop there for now, Comrade Nomcebo.
I think add something. I think you must understand our conference resolution. When we say we are going to vote ANC, but we're not giving the ANC a blank check. We have a condition that the ANC must also take into account our interest. Before we took a resolution that it will support the ANC, and Msholozi is still with us and he's our chairperson. And Msholozi can live here and go home, wear his MK t-shirt, and then go out to campaign for MK. But the day Msholozi walks out here wearing a Sanco t-shirt and go out to campaign for MK, then that's when we have a problem. Because he's using the emblem and logo of Sanco to campaign for a different organization, which Sanco does not associate itself with. So these matters are very delicate. We need to be smart when we're dealing with them. We don't have to be clumsy. So we need to be able to, so I think that is very important. Do we think the ANC must engage those who are leaving the party? Of course. The ANC is, so those were some of the reasons that the ANC did not perform well in 2021 because Sanco was not in the alliance fold. So when Sanco is back, whether the ANC likes it or not, we are not saying anything that we are saying in order to have the ANC clapping for us. We are community members and community activists ourselves, so we know what we are saying. Why must we, I think we have answered that one, if Duma and Mtolo bullied us. What did they say? You see, I still have your question. No, yeah, those are details, yeah. But you see, I know, of course, that some of the things we said here today, we've almost crossed the line. So we've kind of disclosed internal things which we're not supposed to disclose. But we did say it in the ANC, and that these are ANC matters. Sanco does not even have capacity or even time to deal with those issues because, Tina, we are dealing with bread and butter issues of the people. So we cannot afford to be derailed. Thank you.
Thanks, Secretary. We'd like to go on to the sabotage. If they are, but also just to augment what the panel has just said, I think it's also important for us to emphasize that Sanco is not sectoral. It cuts across the board. But also one thing we've also been able to witness, I think the first who had asked the question, is the reality that during this time there's usually expropriation. Expropriation does not only happen to land. But
Second one.
The second one?
The second one is former President Jacob Zuma's decision to not campaign and vote for the ANC likely to affect the electoral fortunes of the ANC.
Okay, we'll come back to the three of you. Can you please just hand off this mic? The Provincial Treasurer would like to respond.
Oh, Shaka, Makanya.
Give clarity about the background of Msholozi. That seems the leadership of the ANC forgot that. So you'll notice that when Msholozi was under attack politically, that's where other parties gained the strength in KwaZulu-Natal. And you saw many people leaving the ANC back to IFP or not.
Allow them to go through so that we'll just be able to respond to those three hands. So we can go ahead, Goga.
Perhaps please, if you can indulge us, those who are not members of Sanco and Sanco is an ally in the African National Congress, would you concede that a alliance with the governing African National Congress say there's nothing wrong with its provincial chairperson endorsing another political party. To the layman out there, it does raise some questions and concerns and confusion. Would you concede that that confusion is warranted?
Thank you, Goge. Would like to take the second question?
It's not so again from Marathon 6. And just with the treasurer, I'd say the difference is between
on his matters that involve his involvement with MK. So ours was to try to explain the relationship between Sanco and other parties. So that question we will not answer. In terms of the relationship between ANC and Sanco in the province, we have a fairly good relationship. We do have an alliance, or in particular Secretariat Alliance meetings. I think in July we had an Alliance Summit meeting where all the PEC of the 4 alliance partners were present for 3 days. But as job opportunities, economic development, and for the benefit of all, so we are alliance partners with the ANC on the basis that we have expectations. We are not just there clapping hands for them. So I think the ANC right now will be confused with us, with this current leadership of Sanco, because normally they are used to Sanco, which just gives them a blank check. So the fact that we are having this media a briefing today and we are airing our frustrations to all the citizens of KZN, it means we are beginning to show the ANC that we are not going to give them a blank check. We've got expectations they must deliver. That's why we are in the alliance. We'll force them to deliver because they are the ones who are the political part. So I think that's what we wanted to clarify.
But politics is not static. As have been said before, that we're in a revolution. Politics is dynamic. It's not static. It's constantly evolving and subject to change. Well, that is why Saba no French Revolution, Saba no Russian Revolution. In a revolution, masa sibe nephathi nje eyodwa ezokwenza noma kanjani kuzoba i-challenge. That is why sine ANC e-democratic. Njoba i-democratic thina eSanco wa able ukuthi siphuthe kulayini if si breaker ulayini sikhona as Sanco. Therefore, if as African National Congress, because we are also members of ANC in good standing, we are not just Sanco members and not ANC members. We are also ANC members in our branches in good standing. We subscribe to ANC. Therefore, comrade Jacob Zuma evula iphathi, uma sike sezwe nje ukuthi leyo phathi cha ngempela ithi ayikho lento expropriation of land without compensation, then so show to Zuma enemy. Uma leyo phathi ayijoyinayo ithi i-economy must remain kubantu abakuyo enabo status quo when it comes to economy of South Africa, controlled by minority group eyenza profit banga benefit abantu abamnyama. Thina we are still living in informal settlements. Abantu abamnyama they are still living in informal settlements. Abantu abamnyama basasebenza extra hours.
In our constitution, there is no way that we can say simbonitala. Akaga is wrong ku constitution yethu. But now Bobuzile about the dropping of voters. Of course, we cannot be blind on that and be short-sighted as well. The formation of COPE of course, affected the number. Formation of EFF affected the number. The formation of AIC, of ATM. All these organizations that have been formed within. Now, you see, definitely we cannot be blind and ignore the fact of which there will be drop in numbers. But Sanco, that's the reason we're here. We will make sure
we're not in an abusive relationship. So that's one. That's why.
Did he consult you as the leadership of Sanco in the that he was contemplating in doing something like this?
Naban,
Okay.
I think this is going to be directly for you to be able to answer. There are 3 questions. One, do you support the disbandment of the ANC?
Say support. Say support.
2 was, what was your second
Say
question?
support the disbandment.
Are we in an abusive relationship with the ANC? Nobara, are we in an abusive relationship with the ANC? And then 3, I think you had my card.
Look, of course, that I think there's a first difficulty. That office is fortified by someone from the national office, or he's put aside. You know, if you listen to our report, we're very specific. We did not castigate the entire PEC of the ANC. We, at some point, feel sorry for some of them. You know, when you talk about the bully relationship, what the word did you use? The abusive relationship. Sometimes we might think they are the ones, that's the relationship that they have probably themselves with uMkhonto. So that's why we are saying probably at this stage we don't want to get too much involved in that, because we understand that we want to win the elections in 2024. But we want the ANC also to understand that, because when they are leading us towards winning the elections, they are not doing them to engage you. Speak as Sanco, you speak after 20 people of the ANC have spoken, and we come in, then they ambush you. Then we come out here, we use you guys to tell the world that these guys are not playing fairly. But that's not being abusive. We are not being abusers, because we are able to fight our case. I think we did state at the beginning, in terms of answering the last question, did Zuma consult us? At the beginning of the briefing, we did state that Zuma made us aware that he was not happy about the current ANC leadership. He told us frankly that he was not going to vote for the ANC. All the reasons that he stated on the 16th of December, he had already shared them with us. At some point, it must continue, because once we take out the ANC out of power right now, you put in someone new, then you will have reversed all the gains that the ANC has implemented up to this far. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate your time. Now,
media fraternity for being present. We'd equally like to appreciate the responses from the panel and the questions that were asked on this side, but also just to stress and to assist also the media as we are about to adjourn the session, is that one of the things that we must also take into account on the question around the former president, who happens to be the provincial chair.